Okay, let's update the score. Let's update the overlays. Let's say what round it is. Let's get all this stuff updated. Grixis Delver on the left. That would be Reid Duke. And on the right is Bill with Sultai Beanstalk.
It's like what we call like a family feud. Yeah. No, I wish he was my brother.
Monka, thank you for the resub. 49 months from Monka, leading the way. Thank you, Mr. Monka. Vexing Bobble going into Painter. Cranial Ram for Popper, yeah.
One card on the bottom. I'll play Tap Mystic Sanctuary and pass.
All right, Tap Mystic Sanctuary for Bill. We're ready to go.
I'm going to get a Plains.
Look like Bill took a mulligan to 6.
You mind if I just... you got go.
Yeah, say hello to the Monka in the chat, everybody, please. Thank you, Keith Master Flex, for that.
Sure.
All right, Reid starts us off with a Wasteland knocking out Mystic Sanctuary.
Play a West Strand.
It's good. And your turn, I'm going to tap seconds.
A little bit of a spoiler alert, but if you're interested in top 8 lists from this event, they are posted in the Decklist channel of our Discord server.
And also, big old shortcuts. I'm going to swamp cycle Troll.
Sure.
Okay.
So the starting off with Mystic Sanctuary, then Flooded Strand. It's not clear what Bill is up to from Reid's side, but probably blue-white X control would be the guess. It could be something else, but that might be what's going through Reid's mind right now. Volcanic Island to start. Of course, we, the viewers, know that the overlay says Sultai, so unlikely to matter too much, but maybe clever land drops by Bill. Or land inclusions in the deck. All right, Mishra's Bauble after a Dragon's Rage Chandler, surveil a Daze into the graveyard. If this is control, Daze will not be relevant for very long, potentially, so throw that away. Flooded Strand getting cracked. Maybe a reveal. Are we expecting a basic island? Hedge Maze. Wow. Surveil. Chrono says in terms of brewing, I'm going to try and make Black-White Ephemerate work again and just throw as many MH3 cards in as I can. Yeah, the desire to brew with MH3 will be there for all of us, I would say. Okay, so surveilled into the graveyard was a Lorien revealed, and now Bill plays an Underground Sea.
Play out, taking a little higher.
And I'll pass turn 2.
Yes, get your energy counter tokens ready, everybody. I don't want to see just a die sitting on the table. Okay. Can you imagine? Voodoo exactly right. Says, I remember when there wasn't all this surveilling in Legacy. Sad to see the format fall like this. Yeah, the play pattern of turn 1 surveil is it sucks, right? It's horrible. Ruining my life.
Thank you for 1.
Play swamp.
Sure. No blocks. 18. Delver. No results. Your turn. At the end of your turn,
Play Veteran
I'll cast Original Masters.
Do you mind?
This is when it dies.
Bowmaster. So in the glare is a Mishra's Bauble still, I think. The glare zone. Days on Bowmaster. of his Surveil to resolve. Looks like that card is getting left on top. Bowmaster is countered.
Draw.
Play a single safe card.
I'll wasteland your unravel.
Sacrifice a land to give a creature Shroud. Sure. And I will pass the turn.
Nick. Blue mana.
Sure. Move combat.
Yep.
Second main phase.
Trigger.
Okay.
Cast off the beanstalk.
With how many cards in your hand?
3.
Up the beanstalk. Looks like Reid is holding a force, thinking about stopping this beanstalk. It appears would get another Surveil. Left a card on top, which means Delver's probably flipping, is my guess.
I will bobble you.
So, gain 1. Gain 1. 17.
And then during my upkeep, first I'm going to do the Delver,
Yep.
and then I'll do the bobble.
You got it.
The old Bobble Delver trick. All right, so Ponder is revealed. The Delver flips. The extra card is drawn very nicely. Reid with no lands in play, but we know Reid days one back to hand.
Replay single safe card. Yes.
Ponder and Surveil.
All right, firing off the Ponder. Surveil. We should have a Surveil counter for these streams. How many Surveils are on the average stream? 600?
Oh, okay. That was good.
Is it resolved?
Yep.
I get the initiative.
Let's just put the Surveil mechanic on every card.
I'm on this entrance. I get a basic.
That's my impression of all of you.
Forest.
Draw. Attacking for 6.
Yep. 12.
Your turn.
You kept on top with Ponder, right?
I did
you
not.
did? You just-
Yeah,
okay.
I topped and then I didn't shuffle.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Untap. Upkeep. Draw.
Yeah, good idea for every card to have Surveil. I do a lot of impressions of Legacy players on this stream.
I'll cast Murderous Cut, removing everything except Lord Revealed, targeting your Dragon Rage Channeler. Trigger up.
Murderous Cut, draw off the Beanstalk, trying to knock out Dragon's Rage Channeler. We know Reid still has that force, but allows the Dragon's Rage Channeler to die.
Play a.
The latest is an awesome new set's coming out in 2 weeks, and I can't even keep it straight face. And Legacy players are hysterical about grief.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like 600 new cards to try. What about what about grief? You can't please these people. Keith Master Flex says mind-blowing commentary and incredibly accurate impersonations. Exactly. That's what we strive for.
So you can.
What about grief? There's just no joy. Udog asking the right questions. How do we feel about Reid's Delver flip technique? I mean, we got to get Reid some checklist cards already. This is getting ridiculous.
Check.
No blocks.
9.
9.
Wow. Players very clearly stating their life totals, keeping the overlay up to date very, very easily. Something to take notes on as well. Brainstorm. AP says Reid has excellent taste in brainstorm art. Okay. Getting some props. High Train Conductor Harry says, I hate this game. It's the worst. Wizards of the Coast is so stupid. Everything sucks. So when's the next tournament? Yeah, exactly. When can I next fly to another city and, like, play?
18.
Up the Beanstalk on the board, and the longer this game goes, Bill will get ahead on cards, I guess. This is Cling to Dust.
That results.
Draw a card. Your turn.
Untap, upkeep. Drop.
Mira says Reid going to a lot of NYC events recently. Neat to see. Yeah. Yeah, Reid's around.
I'll play turn.
Cling to Dust is a card we don't see much recently. It was pretty hot in the format when was that? I guess shortly after it came out, when Uro was more
And I will cast.
when Uro was more commonly seen. Fatal Push. Trying to take out this Insectile Aberration now. It's the last remaining creature on the board for both players. These Sultai Beanstalk decks do have... I mean, we saw a Murderous Cut moments ago. They do have a good stash of removal in the main that can keep Delver players at bay. Fatal Push obviously can't hit Murktide. Cards like Murderous Cut can. All right, Reid's going to fire off the Force of Will this time, pitching a Delver to protect a Flip Delver.
I'll force back, pitching force, trigger beans.
All right, so force, pitching force, trigger the beans. Bill gets an extra card out of the deal from the Beanstalk. Not too bad. Insectile Aberration down. Flips back forward and into the graveyard.
Channel.
Results.
Turn.
Bye.
All right, another creature. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Delirium is on.
And fetch my upkeep.
Okay. 6.
Fetch good.
I missed the life loss from Forest. Bill goes down to 6.
Drop. Cast up Beanstalk.
Okay.
Up the Beanstalk, number 2. That gets an okay. Not sure if Reid's thrilled about it, but it happens. Another Wasteland, this time on the Volcanic Island.
It's like having this very upsetting experience.
It's looking pretty good for Bill as of right now, but being at 6 life with a Delirium-enabled Dragon's Rage Channeler is scary. All right, so nothing to do about it.
Little off-spec sleeve. That's
What I should have said is that the board, if you ignore life totals for a moment, looks pretty good for Bill. But life totals part, not looking good for Bill, is I guess how I should have said that.
use like kind of the shitty ones that are a little bit harder to see. So I apologize. They're a little bit more opaque. Not really opaque, but like a bit less transparent.
Pew Pew making a great point. Sorry if this was mentioned already. Was in a meeting, but Bill is willing to put lands in back against Reid. That is true top player privilege. Yeah. So against everybody else, Bill plays lands in front, but against Reid, lands in the back. That's something we should take note of that. We should appreciate that. That is a great point by Pew Pew in the chat. What does that mean?
Ball one, surveil.
All right, Mishra's Bauble, Surveil, taking a look.
I was just going to stop you. I was like, are you going to be on the play?
All right, swinging for lethal. Found a Fatal Push.
Bauble bobble you.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, firing off the bauble now with the Fatal Push on the stack and take a look at what's in store. Dragon's Rage Chandler shot down. Fatal Pushed.
I'll cast Reverse Bowmasters.
All right, now a Bowmaster for Bill, who's dead to a bolt.
16.
Yep.
I'll cast Reverse Bowmasters.
Or, picking up Petrol.
Okay, so Reid trying to fire off his own Bowmaster. It's getting dazed though. Hedge Maze was returned to hand. Bowmaster goes to the graveyard.
Target you.
15.
And then we'll draw. Move to combat.
Yep.
There was a draw off a bauble that triggered the Bowmaster.
Hedge Mage trigger. Island.
Hedge Maze, Surveil. Basic Island into the graveyard. Don't need that. Murktide. Double Beans triggers. Wow.
Third one targeting you.
Sure.
I will name
4 or 5. 2 draws.
Yep.
I will name Delver Secrets.
All right. 8/8 Murktide. Looking pretty good.
I'll also ponder.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay, that's a 2 draw stance?
Is there a card in existence that Reid could draw here that will win this game? Lightning Bolt, but needs a red land too. There is a Bowmaster on the board, so can't cast Brainstorm really. If Reid drew a red land, can play the red land, then Brainstorm, and then try to bolt with the Bowmaster triggers on the stack if we find one. Alright, just found a Wasteland, so never mind. Here's Delver, and Wasteland, and... I mean, Reid has 12 life. This isn't exactly over, but...
I'm gonna get another.
I will Wither Boom command -3/-1 and then drain you for 2.
Well,
Okay, good game.
alright. Game 1 goes to Bill. So we saw the power of the Beanstalks. Drew a couple extra cards.
Bobble. Bobble myself.
Sure, that's fine.
Alright, bobble myself. Could see a fetch land. Change the top of the deck. Or a Surveil land or something. Force of Fill is here. Alright, Scalding Tarn. Finding a Volk.
No, but it's hard to play against. I mean, outside Wither Boom command, that would bind it for our whole thing.
Force of Fill is ready for the post MH3 meta. I've been hearing Force of Fill has plans for us.
I'll end my turn and draw a card.
Sure.
Randomly.
Proceed.
I will.
I spotted a bolt in Reid's hand. We did that last game. These cards, they're never in your hand when you need them. It's the most frustrating thing.
I will like to restart the game. I'll go Wasteland first. Okay.
Shuffle.
Wasteland from Bill.
Fetch 17.
Brainstorm.
That's okay, let's start now.
All right, firing off the Brainstorm now. Might as well. Bowmaster meta. Have to get those Brainstorms out there early. Force of Fill says restart the game. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Just a Pig, thank you for the reso with Prime. 8 months. Love seeing more Legacy gameplay. Excited to see how MH3 shakes it up. Yes. It's about to get shake the F up, for sure. Delver on the board now for Reid. Wasteland into Stifle Mana, yeah. That would have been kind of funny. Delver does not flip.
Yes.
19.
Your turn.
I will.
So Reid found a Wasteland, so Little bit less likely Bill will try to find Hedge Maze. Skips that opportunity.
That's right. Drop turn. Play Underground Mortuary as my third turn. Sure. Probably should have done last turn.
I'll play Wasteland and pass.
Let's see if this Delver flips. Okay. Force of Phil says, do you play out Wasteland against onboard fetch if you don't have Bowmaster in hand? If you don't have Bowmaster in hand. I mean, Reid has 4 cards in the yard right now. Building up mana to play a Murktide with a mana free is possible. A good reason to do that. Also, we know, because we have seen Reid play this deck a little bit over the last 2 weeks, Reid has a bunch of 3-drops floating in these decks. We've seen Carnage Interpreter, Liliana of the Veil, True Name Nemesis, I think, was in one of the builds. All right, fetching a Volcanic Island here. Yeah, hitting your land drops is important to play around days. G-Source is saying it perfectly.
Counterbalance.
Counterbalance. Where's Force of Phil? Somebody call Force of Phil. Here's Counterbalance.
Yeah, that's good.
Somebody have Force of Phil's number? Call him now.
18.
18 all.
Your turn.
At the end of your turn,
All right, I'm a little slow with updating the life totals. My bad. 18-18 is right.
we'll
So you're at 13. Richard
Wasteland your Wasteland.
Waste your waste.
No, right? It's your power.
Oh, sorry.
Wasteland, your state.
Oh, it's not so bad.
I'm sorry. I just very quickly. I have 1760.
I will get
1760.
Underground.
That's right. Trigger.
Okay, so Bill is going to find an Underground Sea with the fetch that was now forced into use. Oh no, we're getting a Basic Swamp. I thought he said Underground Sea. He lied. Yeah, Force of Phil, not a fan of people reordering their graveyards. Not a fan.
Cryptic.
Yeah. More than 2 disguise.
To 2/2 with more 2.
I'm so old school. People at F&M Booster Draft are reordering their graveyard, and I'm getting triggered.
Oh, cast Shieldred's Edict, sacrificing a non-token creature.
Shieldred's Edict, trying to knock out this Insectile Aberration before draw step.
3. Unblockable 3.
So 17, 13.
I'll make red mana in days.
I will.
All right, had the days to protect the Insectile Aberration, uses the mana to bolt.
Play my land. Strike 3.
11. Untap for keep. I'll draw.
I believe they just said Bill's down to 8. Could that be right?
3 cards in hand.
Yep.
Also, instead,
So,
blow up
4
the
blocks.
3, destroying
I will.
creature.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I
Take 2
sacrifice
life and December targeting Delver. I'll be going to 9.
I'm gonna.
Trying to dismember this Insectile Aberration. In response, I will Brainstorm. Can Reid put a 3 on top for counterbalance?
Brainstorm.
Yeah, Bill's lands are slowly creeping to the front. He can't help himself.
Counterbalance.
Sure.
Ooh, the Carnage Interpreter. There it is. All right, so Dismember is countered. The clue set, everybody, is taking over the meta. The clue set is taking over the meta. I told everybody this last week. Let's get the Carnage Interpreter text up on the screen while we're waiting for it.
So before it walks, I will Murderous Cut, removing everything except targeting Delver.
Okay, Delver's down. Sure.
Cool.
Okay, now Murderous Cut kills the Insectile Aberration.
Draw.
You got it.
I'll take one more.
So 9 to 18?
Yep.
Okay, untap, upkeep, drop. Ponder.
Fire Blast.
Okay, I like that. Going after the cantrip. I like it. You don't always have to wait for Murktide with Power Blast. You can try to shut down. You know, Reid just wasted the trop, so cut off a possible way to find a new one.
Leave on top and draw.
I don't know, Force of Fill. I feel like Force of Fill should be playing the clue card. I don't know. That's how I feel.
Draw.
Carnage Interpreter does say discard your hand. Not a big Force of Fill card, maybe, after all. Bowmaster.
Brainstorm.
Sure.
Brainstorm in response. Reid knows the top of the deck.
And I'm at 9.
Bill's trying to figure out what to do. There's a Brainstorm resolving. Up a game in this match. Game 1 went pretty well for Bill, but Game 2, with Counterbalance on the board, no Beanstalks, maybe not going as well.
So I draw a card.
It resolved. No initiative. I'll still attack with 3.
Sack like this. Sure.
Okay.
Bowmaster.
Take 1.
Yep.
So you're at heat, and then untap.
Untap's good, yeah.
Play out better next turn.
Okay, gets to untap with the Bowmaster and Orc Army on the board. Now an attack for 2.
6.
6.
And a pistol.
Carnage Interpreter.
Force of Will, respecting the Carnage Interpreter, pitching Brainstorm. Sorry about the glare, everybody. We'll get a TV studio soon. Carnage Interpreter into the trash. No clues for Reid this time.
We'll test fate here. Bowmasters.
Uh-oh.
Counterbalance.
Oh! Am I dead? I'm at 5? Oh, that's...
You can hear it. Both players were surprised by that. All right, Surveil. Leave it on top. Pass.
Bowmasters. Take 1, you're at 4, and then take 3.
Yep,
you're
I'm
at
at 1. Yep.
Go.
Sorry.
Yikes.
Rhythm command, -3, -1, and then drain you for 2.
Off turn.
And a prayer.
I guess I'll try the counterbalance. Brainstorm.
I guess I should have waited for the counterbalance, but it gets through. Brainstorm was revealed on top by counterbalance.
Got it.
That is the game.
Thanks for letting me know.
But you're going to flash in the Brazen Bar.
Shen, thank you for the resale with Prime. 17 months. Ban Shuko, says Shen. Ban Shuko.
Okay, I'll also keep.
Alright. Hedge Maze, Surveil trigger.
Yep.
Do they go under?
I will put Force Will
They
in
go
the
on the
graveyard and
battlefield
pass.
untapped, too. Yeah.
Shuko is part of the deep lore of 90s MTG. One of our first ever live streams. David Tao went 3-0 with Cephalid Breakfast, and there's been calls for Ban Shuko ever since. This was 4 years ago.
I'll play the Undermine. I'm sure I get
Sure. Draw.
This was before most of you even knew what cephalid breakfast even was. VVS, thank you for the reset with Prime. 7 months. Appreciate that.
I'm gonna swing for 3.
At 11.
Your turn.
I will shuffle my library.
Draw. 6.
I don't think anybody still knows what cephalid breakfast even is, if we're being honest.
I'm excited for you. This looks fun.
The hell is that? Is that like Mississippi River? Who names these freaking decks?
Cryptic Code is such a good card, and I always forget about that last little text that you can bounce it.
Yeah, it's disgusting. The call dry.
I built a new Magic the Gathering deck. It's called Mississippi River. Oh, God.
Shuffle it away, you're like, yeah, that makes sense.
I knew I never cast it.
Yeah, X-Grave is confused.
Down 2, drew the Conjure, replayed.
Yeah.
Hedge Maze is the land on Bill's side. I know not all of you have the Surveil lands memorized yet. I know. Product fatigue, we know. You said it already.
Is a 4 body that can block the numbers.
I actually like it. I brought in just now and FGK.
How many Ravnica sets are we going to get?
FGK made it.
DT is...
I just feel like there's a...
2 back on top. Completed the brainstorm. Flooded Strand gets correct. Acolyte says, you think you're a real Surveil land named the Red Green? Come on. Everybody knows it's commercial district. Let's be real.
Pressure where I'm like trying to force combat,
You can't fool me.
get rewarded for not being able to block.
Yeah, Cryptic Code. Pretty disgusting. Your turn.
Your deck also plays a lot more basics than I thought, which is I was like, okay, like it's not 3 color. Like Veteran Explorer can be a good option.
will.
Like, wow.
So both players, just in the early turns here, putting it all together. Lorien revealed getting Island cycled now, it looks like. And then we're going to cast a Ponder. This event was yesterday. Yesterday here in New York City at Bifrost Games. Everybody knows the red-white one is Elegant Parlor. Come on, you're not fooling me. I know every Magic card.
Pass.
On your end step, I will fetch. 19?
Yep.
I will grab a Underground Sea, and then
Name every Magic card. I bet you can't. I can.
I will cycle another Lunar Wheel.
Got it.
Every frickin' game now we have to Island cycle. We're sick of it. Force of Virtue.
Untap, upkeep. Drop. Oh, this is, drop.
What's the name of the 2-mana cantrip from Lord of the Rings that triggers if you scry? Oh, crap. It's on the tip of my tongue. Council Deliberation or something.
That resolves.
1 damage to you.
Sure. 18?
Yeah, and then up the beanstalk resolves.
Okay, drop.
Yeah, 1 damage to you.
Yep, 17.
All I says just about the final things for my version of the Doctor Who deck. If I go 0-3 next week, it's your fault. I accept.
I'll give this -3, -1, and I will mill myself and get a land back.
Okay, Reid taking another look at Witherbloom command, trying to kill Bowmaster and mill to get a land back. Right now in the yard is just Polluted Delta, I believe. We'll put the text for Witherbloom Command up on the screen. Why not? These people don't have all the cards memorized. You were supposed to memorize all the magic cards. You didn't. Now we have to put the text up on the screen. Works a lot. Bowmaster, somewhat of a way to keep beanstalks in check in the legacy format these days. Both are on the board right now, so how does that affect the Vantage bar? Not sure, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Okay.
Alright. So I'll mill myself for 3.
All right, Witherbloom Command knocks out the Bowmaster. So advantage goes over to Bill. A bunch of cards were milled. Mystic Sanctuary returns. Okay, Mystic Sanctuary is a neat one. Could potentially get back that Witherbloom Command or Fatal Push. Potentially Lorien Reveal. Draw a whole bunch of cards, get ahead in this game later. It's a good game 3 so far.
Chandler.
Okay, Dragon's Rage Channeler is not too bad. Now I'll Brainstorm. Surveil, Cling to Dust into the yard. Nice. Get your escape card in the trash. Is there anything from MH3 I think is a slam dunk like Bowmasters? All right, that's a Bowmaster going into the lair for Reid.
Of course, we're removing Brainstorm trigger beans.
Yeah, so you're at 16.
Yep.
It's countered.
I don't know if there's a card that I've seen in MH3 that will make an equal to Bowmaster impact on the format, but it's really hard to say.
Upkeep draw.
Really hard to say that with much confidence. But that's how I feel as of right now. It's a little tricky because some of the relevant cards are lands. And when lands make an impact, like the Surveil lands, for example, they kind of... Like, nobody talks about that, I feel like. Like, nobody's like, oh, yeah, there's Surveil lands everywhere. It just never really gets mentioned. So will the same be the case for some like the shifting woodlands and stuff like that? Hydroblast on the DRC resolves. So will shifting woodland show up in as many decks in the metagame? I'm just making an example. And as many decks in the metagame as Bowmaster? I don't know. Dragon's Rage Channeler. It resolves, so I found a replacement. Uh-oh, are we doing a Murktide here? What are we doing? I don't think Reid's deck has Murktides, actually. Oh, that was a Murktide. Okay. 7/7 Murktide. Sorry about the glare.
I have 3 cards in hand. Alright, I will. So at the end of my turn, I will pay 3 mana.
2 Murktides in his list. Thank you. Thank you, Gabe.
Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Dismember on Dragon's Rage Channeler. So the 7/7 Murktide remains.
Draw Ponder. I will cast Ponder. I will then...
Going after the cantrip again. I like that. Ponder gets countered by Power Blast. Now Shieldred's Edict will remove Murktide. Okay. So you can't Power Blast Shieldred's Edict anyway, but Shieldred's Edict resolves. 2/2 Orc Army remains. Yeah, Reid next leveling us, adding Murktides to the Delver deck. I believe Bill just announced he's at 10. Looks like this is a ponder resolving here. I think Reid's still at 20 life. Maybe 19?
Tap a peak draw. Play Wasteland. Let's go.
Bowmasters.
That resolves.
1 damage to you.
9. Still on. No, that's
One tap.
Okay, so Bowmaster and now an 3/3 Orc Army. Bill's making a play on upkeep, it looks like. Fatal push the Orc Army.
Tokens down.
Go ahead.
Okay, that slows down the clock quite a bit. Yeah, I should force people to de-sleeve their decks. I should. That'll be reasonable. There's Carnage Interpreter again. This time it resolves discarding a Pyroblast, making 4 clues. Attacking for 1.
And it's a 5/5, right?
As long as I have 1 or fewer cards. Yeah. Your turn, and then during your upkeep, I'll use a clue to draw a card.
That's fine.
Yep.
Okay, so sack 1 of the 4 clues to draw a card. Carnage Interpreter is a 3/3, but becomes a 5/5 with Menace if Reid is Hellbent. Well, 1 or fewer cards, not exactly Hellbent. 1 or fewer cards in hand. Heck bent, exactly. Bowmaster, your Bowmaster. Think about the play patterns when you design card games. Carnage Interpreter remains. If Reid has 1 card in hand, it becomes a 5/5 with Menace, don't forget. Reid has 3 clues.
Nile Spellbomb. It's good. Attacking for 5.
Play the spell bomb, attack for 5. Menace.
Press your exile zone.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Bill's checking for the likelihood of bolt. Double block. So these creatures will die.
Magic players, that is time in the round.
Alright, so I'm turn 0.
Yep.
All right, time in the round. Reid was turn 0. Bill is turn 1. Trying to close this out.
Draw.
Yep.
Okay, sacked a clue there on end step.
Draw.
Yep.
Sacking another clue, down to 1 clue on the board. So this is turn 2 of extra turns. There are 5 total extra turns.
Yep.
So Carnage Interpreter will shrink here. Reid has 3 cards in hand, it looks like. Attacking for 3. Oh, no, maybe not. Yep.
5.
Figuring out what matters. The entire thing's like, what matters?
Go.
Okay, Reid liking the cards in hand enough to hold them there. Only 1 clue left. I didn't get a glimpse at what Reid is holding. Hand is angled away. There's a chance there's a bolt. No creatures on Bill's side to block. Carnage Interpreter only has Menace if it's... Okay, Twitch chat apparently spotted a bolt in hand.
Going to dust your flooded strand.
Yeah. But with, I mean, I guess with not with the Pluto Delta, but one or the other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. But yeah, that's good.
It's not a big play. There's no go back.
Yep.
Draw.
Yep.
Fetch 18.
I noticed. I didn't see the first $2 by it's so cold.
Draw with the clue.
Yep.
I found it interesting that you didn't try to like, completely lock it on these. So a lot of times with feature with the rules, like turn 1 or turn 2, intermission and then Anderson Weber.
So a handful of cards. Carnage Interpreter unlikely to turn on its +2/+2 and Menace ability this turn. It looks like Bill only has 1 card in hand, unless that's a stack. Plays a Wasteland. And attack with the Interpreter. It's 3/3.
Effects
2.
2.
When I played feature with my first start, when I was the first pick I had, I just I should have
Okay, maybe Bill has 2 cards in hand, it turns out.
gone out the game with, something like trade plus run move, and then like.
A little bit of a crowd gathered around. I think this was the last remaining match of the round.
End of combat step.
Sure.
I will wasteland your hedge maze.
That,
And then I'll lightning bolt you.
I will try to force a will trigger.
Daze.
I'll try and fetch.
Float a black and daze again.
Got it. Good games.
Good games.
Extends the hand, handshake, bolt, double daze. Nicely played as well, wasting the hedge maze to shut off an extra mana. Reid gets it. GG's. Quick intermission here, 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Quick break, and then we'll dive into round 2. All right, everybody, I am back. Thanks for waiting up for me. Air conditioner is on for the moment, so sorry if there's a little background noise. Scott Wire, thank you for the resub with Prime. 10 months. Appreciate that. And a whole bunch of hellos in various languages. Very nicely done. Let's set up another poll for Twitch chat. Keep things moving along. We are on a little bit of a time constraint. Reminder that there is no live stream this Wednesday. Which match next? Twitch chat will vote. Round 2 options are Cephalid Breakfast. That would be Devin versus Grixis Delver. That would be Brian, who I don't think we've seen on stream before. On the other side of the room, we had Omar, once again, with 5-color control versus Reid on Grixis Delver. 2 minutes to vote. Your vote starts now. Best of luck. Best of luck. Get your votes in, and remember, these polls are usually rigged by people using their channel points, so keep that in mind. Breakfast versus Delver, Devin versus Brian, or on the other side of the room, 5-color control would be Omar versus Reid on Grixis. Jason, thank you for the resale with Prime 5 months. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, people need a reminder why Shuko should be banned. Exactly. Exactly. All right, votes are coming in. Looks like people are trying to rig this thing, so we'll keep an eye on that. Close vote so far. Yeah, the breakfast bird is coming in MH3. MH3, there are some cards that like we keep hearing about over and over again. Necro Dominance, Shifting Woodland, the bird. There could be some commons and uncommons that are in the mix that aren't on people's radar yet, but could be super relevant in the format. I'm really excited, genuinely excited to see how MH3's impact on the Legacy format shakes out. I'm looking forward to seeing how the next few months unfold. And then in July, I'm not even making a joke, Assassin's Creed could have more Legacy cards, so we could potentially have 2 shakeups in a row. Assassin's Creed will be modern legal as well. Wow, this is a close poll. Less than 30 seconds. Get your last vote in. And remember, you can rig the poll using channel points. Looks like people are trying to rig this thing. It's close. Missed Lethal contributed 3,600 channel points. We're doing Breakfast versus Grixis. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, diving in.
I'll go first. All right, you got it.
The overlays here. Devin on the left. Except for the breakfast. Brian on the right with Grixis Delver. This is round 2 of the Bifrost Games Legacy 2K, the monthly. And I think Brian said they're on the play. This is Brian's 90s MTG debut, I believe. Played against Brian a few times, I think. Once or twice. Good player.
Couldn't do 6 lands. Couldn't do 6 lands.
Depends what you're playing.
If I'm playing lands, like maybe
6
do
lands, mana bomb, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, making a good point. Six land hands, not always a mulligan. Gad says anyone playing Gobos in the tournament? Maybe. Maybe.
You said you're keeping?
No MH3 at this event. MH3 is not out yet. It's like officially out on the 14th. Released on the 14th. After that, it's all over. Everything we knew. Gone. Whole new metagame. What does that grief card do again? That's going to be you in July. What does grief do? Doesn't it have like evoke or something?
I'll keep this.
This card's irrelevant now. All right, one card on the bottom for Brian. We are ready to go. Brian starts us off with a Scalding Tarn, and we're up and running. So what the heck is Cephalid Breakfast anyway? It's a deck with a combo, using a few cards. Breakfast has been on people's minds a bit lately because of Modern Horizons 3. Cephalid Illusionist. Combining with either Shuko, getting the text for these cards up on the screen, or Nomads and Core. Shuko and Nomads and Core are kind of forgotten about for most Magic players, the Illusionist as well. But you mill the deck, Dread Return for Thassa's Oracle after some Narcomoebas enter is basically the idea. That's the simplest way to explain it. Starting off the game here is Devin with a Ponder. The deck is blue-white based, usually with some black cards as well. Urza's Saga in the deck. Sometimes they just win the game by attacking you with constructs. Saga can fetch Shuko. And then you'll see Stoneforge sometimes. Could find Cauldron Complete, win the game that way. Yeah, can play a mid-range game. I saw a Swords to Plowshares on top of the deck. Goes back and forth on having different kinds of removal and whatever. All right, here's Delver of Secrets. Mishra's Bauble. All right, we might see the Delver Mishra's Bauble combo. There's a Polluted Delta in the mix that could change the top of the deck if needed. Why isn't Cephalid Breakfast more prominent in Legacy? One of the reasons is Orcish Bowmaster. I guess if you ask the average player, you know, a deck with X1s that are part of a combo and, you know, a deck with cantrips and stuff, not the best, but Devin has been consistently doing well with this deck. I think every single monthly we've had, Devin has done well with Breakfast. All right, Mishra's Bobble getting fired off. Take a look, and then we can stack the triggers on upkeep.
I'll go to my turn. Delver trigger, bobble trigger. I'll draw first. Double trigger.
Okay, the card on top was not a Delver flip. The next one is, that's Molten Collapse. So Insectile Aberration. Nicely played by Brian. Knows the fundamentals. Knows the fundamentals. Playing Delver. Attack for 3.
Maybe it's 18.
Yeah, I think so, actually.
Okay, now a second Delver. Gonna try and flip another one, Scalding Tarn as well. Devin will fetch.
Oh, yeah, on Esper, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
man.
what I'm used to.
I think it's my worst matchup. You're good.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Brian. That helps. Brian's down to 15? Wait, what's going on here? Oh. All right. Awesome. Swords on Insectile Aberration. It's gone.
Good.
Yeah. And those will all be exiled.
These are all.
No sign of Urza's Saga just yet.
Force pitching.
This time you really do go down to 17.
Yeah.
Chalice gives some grave. Storm is 4. Oh, we'll pass the turn. How many cards in here? I have 3. Okay, wow.
When you say storm is 4, I'm like,
I just say that to play a mountain. I'll pass.
We can potentially see Brian, if there's no cantrip in between, take a look at that top of the deck with Delver. If it doesn't flip, or even if it does flip, fetch the known card away.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not clear to me that Brian knows what he's up against here. Stoneforge. I mean, this deck so far could just be Stoneblade, right? I don't know if there's anything that gives away that this is Breakfast combo. I don't know. Well, okay. Well, now we know. So found Shuko with Stoneforge. Moved faster than I could explain everything going on. But up until this point, it wasn't really clear.
it costs 1.
That was Shuko, the equipment that everybody's talking about lately because of the new bird in MH3. Gonna fetch now. All right, so doing the maybe the Surveil thing on end step, or maybe we're flashing in a Bowmaster. We're gonna see. Yeah, the jig is up. Poing is very surprised. A Monday stream. Yep, we're live on a Monday. Can you believe it? Thundering Falls. Surveil.
Well, pass the turn.
If you would have told me in 1997 I would be surveilling every freaking game in 2024, I wouldn't have believed it.
Sure wish I could have
What happened to Magic, folks?
So she doesn't play it.
Bowmaster into the graveyard. Wow. No black mana.
I'll waste your 2.
I'll waste slam.
Okay, waste on the Tundra. Shuko combined with Cephalon Illusionist. If Brian doesn't have any way to stop it, could end the game here. I don't know that an Illusionist is in hand, but we know Shuko is there. Here's a Brainstorm. Romario, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. Demox, thank you for the resub 16 months. Casting on a Monday.
For burning one? Sure. Okay. And then I'll get a... Okay, elemental eruption.
Yeah.
Pretty much gets exiled. Okay. Then I'll go to 5. Now cast elemental eruption.
Devin very deliberately setting up a potential combo later, not going to just throw Shuko on the stack, let it get forced or whatever. We also know that a Molten Collapse was in the mix at one point. I don't remember if that stayed on top or not, but... All right, attacking for 3 with Insectile Aberration. If we're playing the Shuko, most likely we're trying to win the game that turn. I think I see an Illusionist in hand for Devin now. I think. Ooh, we're getting excited. I think I see one.
Not excited to see the.
No, makes sense.
And now Brian has access to black mana, which is worth noting.
I'm assuming you'll be on the play.
All right, can activate the Stoneforge. Brainstorm and response.
Brainstorm's good.
Sure.
Okay, now I see that Molten Collapse in hand, so that's still there.
Triggers, activation's good.
Okay, put Shuko into play. Untap. Reminding everybody that Molten Collapse is a sorcery. All right, Cephalid Illusionist gets played, and that gets to scoop. Brian knows the combo, knows what's up. Devin wins game 1. So what happens after that? Shuko equips itself over and over to the Illusionist, mills the library, Narcomoebas enter the battlefield, and then a Dread Return flashback, targeting Thassa's Oracle with no library. That's the idea. So some mulligans are happening here. I'm not sure who's doing what, but Devin's the one shuffling. I guess mulligan to 6 for Devin, who's wearing a 90s MTG official 90s Magic logo shirt, which is known to improve the win rates. 1 card on the bottom. Brian will be on the play. Volcanic Island, Delver of Secrets. There's the Mishra's Bauble. Nicely done. And we'll see the Bauble Delver combo once again, most likely. Ponder on turn 1. Yeah, the shirt is powerful.
It's gone.
Go get a shirt, everybody. What are you doing? Go get a shirt. Don't you need a shirt? Okay, Ponder Shuffle against your combo player opponent. Maybe you like to see a Ponder Shuffle. They don't have what they need.
Pass the turn.
I'm gonna bobble myself.
Bobble myself. Here we go. We're doing it.
Upkeep. The 2 triggers. I'll draw first.
Pass the turn. These will just go.
Silver trigger.
Ah, still didn't flip. All right. Nice try. Attack with the Delver.
Land.
2. Interact with them.
Okay, now we got 2 Delvers. Got to flip them.
Okay.
Yeah, AP pointing out how much more fair this format would be without the 90s MTG shirts or Shuko. Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. Yes, this is at Bifrost Games in NYC. They had a Bifrost. They had a Legacy 2K yesterday, and we are recapping it live.
Your end step on fetch. 19.
All right, instead fetch. Maybe we're going to surveil. Try to flip these Delvers. There's Thundering Falls.
We're trying to flip these Delvers.
Yeah, Brian saying I'm trying to flip these Delvers.
Using additional red for Jessica's will, or choose add red for each card in opponent's hand.
Delver in the yard.
Okay, Delver into the yard. All right, got to flip these Delvers. Let's see. Ouch. No flip.
Two.
Okay, Dragon's Rage Channeler. It looks like Brian was holding a Bolt, which could help, as well as a Daze. Fetching here with Polluted Delta. Yeah, no Delirium right now. Here's Meticulous Archive. Now Devin will surveil. I'll surveil after you surveil. Yeah.
So they're both on the stack.
Yeah, AP suggesting maybe it's correct to fetch and surveil in between the Delver triggers. Might just be better to have your land untapped. I mean, we played the Dragon's Rage Channeler without Fear of Daze. Prismatic Ending on Dragon's Rage Channeler, which is kind of the best creature on the board right now.
Okay. So how much?
I'll turn this to my hand. Daze trigger.
Okay, kind of trying to Daze, mostly to surveil. We're going to leave it on top, so these instant calibrations will probably be on the board next turn, is my guess. Devin now has to choose whether to pay for Daze. Most likely we're going to pay. It's also decent to tax Devin here and not worry about the combo. Oh, okay. We were still thinking about the surveil. Dragon's Rage Channeler into the graveyard. My bad. I didn't realize we were still in that step of the situation. So Dragon's Rage Channeler is exiled. Daze is paid for. Now trying to flip these Delvers. Oh man, no flip. Casey Gregor has arrived. Now surveil with Thundering Falls, leaving it on top. A good sign. Now a Swords.
Add 6, onto 2, and then a 1.
These Delvers took too freaking long to flip. Now the team's getting picked off here. All right, force pitching Murktide, trying to protect the offense. That could come back to bite if Devin has the combo. And well, we know Brian has a Bolt. That could matter if it's Shuko. It won't matter if it's No Man's and Core. Well, actually, he has the. I was thinking he doesn't have the mana open, but the mana to play both was available. Yeah, all right. So Bolt was good defense. Petty Theft after the Delver's flip. Force of Will revealed. All right, that's good defense. Force of Will, another one in hand. Devin knows about it.
Land. Delver.
Yeah, I kind of messed up to my thinking there. So Bolt was in hand, so there's Brian can't play it because there's no black. Who doesn't have black? You mean Brian didn't have black?
Trigger.
Okay, found a Pyroblast. That's a good help. It's not looking too bad for Brian now. Took a while to flip these Delvers. 2 swings away from ending the game. And Bolt Force Pyroblast available? I don't know if there's a blue card to pitch.
Can I cast? But yeah. I will
This is that draft.
Resolves.
And is this gone?
Draw.
No, that'll stick around until the next game.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay, Bolt takes out the Brazenbauer, swinging away.
This one was ahead of the Seething Song, and this one off the Brazen.
Yeah, so that's this one.
Devin with 1 turn left on the clock goes down to 4. What's the plan? See, Orum's Chant is in there. That's one way to break through counter magic. Undercity Sewer Surveil.
I keep calling it Scribe. It's definitely not Scribe.
No. It's way better. Oh, sorry. Got caught on the mat. I don't know if you want to reshuffle.
I'll just unwind just quick.
Uh-oh. Call the police.
Your tech of brainstorm.
I mean, not get it caught on the mat this time.
At least it was brainstorming, not some spicy card, right? All right, so let's see what Devin has. Uh-oh. Oh, we're just still waiting on end step. Untap Supreme Verdict? Can it happen? No, it's not going to happen. Sounds like people are laughing in the background. Is there something funny about a Magic tournament? Let's see what's so funny. Casey Greger says, Chris, has the news that the Mav Discord is in shambles over you? Oh, Maverick. Over you naming Stephen B's Maverick list Green White Zenith made it to you. Will you be issuing a formal statement? Next time, put Stoneforge and Thalia in your deck, and I'll know what the hell is going on. That's what I have to say. You think I give a damn? Who is even in the Maverick Discord anyway? How many of you are in there? I don't give a crap. Prismatic Ending takes out Insectile Aberration. Is Maverick Mike in there? Ask Maverick Mike what's going on.
Combat.
Down to 1 is Devin. No more fetching.
16. Yeah, so this lets me discard next L2 card.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
Got a whole Discord after me now. Unbelievable.
I'll waste your turn.
Alright, here's a Narc Amoeba that can block.
That resolves.
We know Brian is holding a Pyroblast. And we're going to use it.
City of Traders. Oh, 1 dragon.
Sword cards on insect elaboration in response. All right, so the threat is neutralized, but the Narcomoeba, I guess, if you want to look at it this way, forces Brian to use up a Pyroblast. All right, Ponder. Might have to reset the defenses a little bit here. Ooh, a counterbalance. Somebody call Force to Fill. Looks like another counterbalance could be in the mix.
So tap 1 red for Manamorphous, 3 red.
Is there also a Bowmaster in there? No, I think that's a Polluted Delta, a counterbalance, and I don't know. Devin has that 1 life, a very precarious 1 life. A fetch, okay.
So Bergie will add back 1 red or cast.
Getting a black, scary. This is getting scary.
Using 1. Okay, yeah. So how many red do you have?
I have 3, and this has not resolved yet. So 3 stuff.
Okay, so counterbalance is not a Bowmaster. The game continues. But counterbalance, as we know, here at 90s MTG, pretty good.
Oh, those are all void.
Yes. Sorry. Here's
Another Narcomoeba revealing Polluted Delta. Okay. Okay, now Cephalid Illusionist is in. Sneaking in under the counterbalance. 1/2 of the combo. Potentially. Pass the turn.
Manamorphose lets me draw a card. Is this
Yeah, counterbalance always looks cool. So now Brian knows the top card of the deck. If it's a bauble, as Twitch chat suggested, we'll likely fetch here. We don't need that. Could probably fetch in response to a counterbalance trigger.
add a red, bring back a red with Ren's result?
I don't know if Devin has a way to remove counterbalance. That might just be with us permanently through the end of this game.
Okay.
Oh, there was a fetch after the counterbalance? Ah, okay. I missed that.
I have 8 reds. I'll cast another Ruby Medallion, so add a red, and I use City of Traders as Bifrost.
It is Teferi time, Raveler. Sorry for the glare.
To cast Triesco's Will, I'll select exile the top 3 cards of my life.
Molten Collapse revealed. Okay, that could be a way to kill Teferi.
I'll discard this Chalice of Void to exile 2 more cards. Oh, these are all going.
Taking a look at Molten Collapse. Teferi is on the board. Bounce, counterbalance.
Then I'll
Most likely try and come back. All right, here's No Man's in Core. This could be the combo. Can't force.
yeah, that's good. And then I'll go to combat. I'll swing with my dragon.
I'll mill my library. And we'll reveal all the stuff. Dread Return, Thassa's Oracle, plenty of creatures to sack. I think that's GG's.
Yeah, you're gonna mill all this and then do that.
Yeah, that's all my graveyard.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, you're good. You can, sir.
Good games, handshake. Devin gets it. Well played. Teferi the Time Raveler. Wow. What a card. Yeah, clean, honest Magic, exactly. All right, some of you are on an ad break. The AC goes back on. Bit of a hot day here in New York City. No stream this Wednesday. No live stream this Wednesday. Reminder on that. I'm not available this Wednesday. It's part of the reason we're live today. Yeah, we've all been there on the Teferi oops. We will set up another poll for Twitch chat momentarily to decide which match we will watch next. Twitch chat decides round by round what we're watching, which is a lot of fun. Yeah, about to begin round 3. Let's check what we have available. All right, we got some good stuff. Discord up on your screen. Join the Discord if you are not in the Discord. And we do have a Patreon for those of you that would be interested in joining the family, becoming a member, unlocking everything in the Discord, including the Decklists channel, which is the only place on the entire internet where you can get deck lists. Exciting stuff. All right, looks like people are joining. It's a good sign. All right, let's set up another poll for Twitch chat. People are coming back from an ad break momentarily. Which match next? Round 3. We have another match, same matchup, Devin on Breakfast, Grixis Delver, obviously a different player. This would be Matthew. And then on the other side of the room, we had 5-color Control. That would be Omar versus Death and Taxes. That would be Clint, who we have not seen yet on stream. 2 minutes to vote. Get your votes in. 2 minutes to vote. All right, if you just came back from the ad break, 2 minutes to vote, about a minute and a half now. Breakfast versus Grixis Delver, that would be Devin again versus a different Delver player. This would be Matthew. Or on the other side of the room, we had 5-color Control, that would be Omar versus Clint on Death and Taxes. People are getting their votes in. And remember, these polls are all rigged. People do rig these polls using their channel points. 86 in New York. Yeah, it's... let me check my... Yeah, 86 right now. It's 86 degrees. So we have the AC on during the break. Delver this round was Rug, not Grixis. Oh, you're right. We have it wrong in the notes. This is Teamer Delver, not Grixis Delver. My bad. Thank you for pointing that out. I'm going to correct that here. Thank you, Devin. Yeah, it's Delver again. Whatever. Moments left to vote. It looks like people clearly want some Death and Taxes versus 5-color action. Mirror Eclipse contributed 200 channel points. 5-color Control versus Death and Taxes is up next. Let's do it. Let's do it. About to dive into round 3 of the Bifrost Games Legacy Monthly. Diving in. On the left side of your screen, we have making their 90s MTG debut on Death and Taxes, Clint. And on the right, we have 5-color Control. That would be Omar. This is round 3 of the Bifrost Games Legacy 2K monthly tournament. Yurion is revealed. All right, Truth Cult is Clint in the chat. First time on stream.
You're eating good. Rising Studies just made a whole video essay about that.
I know. Our Discord's been insane since that happened.
Yeah. We're like, holy shit.
Like, did all this stuff.
You're like, this is a deck.
When will we be running Primar 23 Legacy or Universes Beyond 93, 94? Yeah, we're going to start a whole new format, everybody. It's going to be exciting. We're calling it Heritage.
I did not do time code in the last game. That is right.
All right, one card on the bottom for Clint. We are ready to go.
We'll start with Snow Plains for Aether Vial. And
Snow Plains, either Vial, pass the turn. Ready to go.
Vial. Plains. Yeah. I'll play out a G-Tech.
A G-Tag. Yep. That's fine. End step. I'm going to Island Cycle or in.
Island Cycling Lorien revealed on end step. Equipment on the board already. I think both players knew what the other were on before we started this game, but I'm not sure. It's slowly becoming obvious either way, of course.
And I'll cast up the beanstalk.
Okay.
Sure, draw card. Yep.
End turn, I'll activate Vial.
Yep.
Okay, Mother Runes comes in on end step. The Beanstalk is on the board. Both players are doing what their deck does, I would say. Vial now on 2. Just passing the turn. No sign of Thalia. Could be a Bowmaster in the mix. No sign of black mana for Clint yet, though.
Up the beanstalk. Okay. Draw.
Okay, draws off the Beanstalk safely.
Untap. 3.
No pump fake on the Vial. Take up to 3. It's another Snow Plains.
Untap. Draw. I will attempt to move to end step.
Okay, this is mono white Death and Taxes.
Alright, I'll discard Triumph.
Discarding Triumphs and Catherine to hand size. Force of Phil's not going to like that.
Play a Thalia.
Thinking responsible.
Guardian of 3 been on the stack. Force of Will, pitching Brainstorm. Draw 2.
I feel about that. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll draw 2. And then I'll pass to you.
During the end step, yep, I'll attempt to cast Dress Down.
Here's Dress Down on end step. Chartwin, thank you for 5 gift subs. Thank you, Chartwin. Hello, Chartwin. Akalith not liking Clint's position here. Yeah? Double Beanstalk. Pretty good. Leyline Binding now.
I will, so I'll draw 2 cards first.
That's good.
This resolves? Sure.
Yeah.
Enters alternative other rules.
Okay. I'll activate Aether Vial. That turn down the stack. Sure. Flicker Wisp.
Okay.
Turn the Dress down.
Has no abilities.
What? Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. I fucked that up.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So missing the Dress Down on the board, Mother Runes cannot activate. So tried to Flicker Wisp it away, but it has no abilities. So Leyline Binding successfully moves Mother Runes, something it can't usually do with the help of Dress Down. Uro discarded to hand size.
This isn't a graveyard now.
Yep. That's okay. I'll take this to 4. Yep. Draw the turn.
Vial now takes up to 4. Okay. We see Yorion revealed in the bottom center of the screen. Here's Etherstone Canonist. Wow. Force pitching Brainstorm, draw 2.
Then I'll tap 2. Equip the G-Tag to the Flicker Wisp. Sure. Play for 3.
Take it on 17.
Okay. And 2 G-Tag counter.
I'll take the nature.
Pass to you.
Okay. The Jitte gets some counters. It's charged up. Not a lot for Jitte to do in this matchup. It's not going to be pinging 1/1s or anything. All right. Leyline Binding. Draw 2.
Okay.
2. When it enters, I'll get rid of the Aether Vial.
Yep.
I'll reanimate.
Happens.
Yeah. 16? 14.
Yeah, take 16 to 14. I'll pass to you.
I think if I'm Clint here, I'm just activating either Vial whenever there's nothing going on. And especially in situations like that, you never know if your opponent will waste a Stifle or something at least. Uro. Good old Uro. Comes in.
I'll put a Flooded Stream.
Actually, before the Oro goes to the graveyard.
Okay, you're gonna.
Actually, no, never mind, you're fine.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
All right, Omar passes the turn. Uro is in the graveyard. Plenty of mana now.
14. So 3.
4 damage. Ultimate cloud.
Swordsing the Flicker Wisp before damage. That happens. Now Thalia, Guardian of Thraben.
Pass to you.
I'll untap.
There was an Uro in the mix. I'm not sure if the phone on the board is up to date, but Uro did allow Omar to gain some life.
I'll grab a Trop.
Go.
I don't know how many cards are in the graveyard right now. It doesn't look like there's enough to escape Uro, but I can't really tell.
Yeah. Blue, blue, green, green.
Oh shit.
Well, I guess there is.
So this is here, this is here. I'm gonna exile
Oh yeah, there's plenty in the graveyard.
Triumph, Misty Rainforest, one force, and Roaring Reel to cast Earth in my graveyard.
How many cards in hand?
I have before this 6 cards in my hand.
All right, escaping Uro, 6 cards in hand. Uro will get a swords will be cast, a force pitching force, and gonna draw 2 cards, and then draw off Uro, and Clint is now hellbent. It's not looking good.
From repeatedly forcing things?
I did, yeah. I think I forced 2 other times, so we'll just say I'm at 16.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Okay, so the phone was not correct, it turns out. And now Omar's down to 16.
So that's countered. This resolves. Or the trigger resolves, so I go up to 3. I'll draw a card off the arrow. And I'll put my land into play. Mystic Sanctuary trigger. I will target force as well.
Okay.
Put that on top of my deck.
Sounds good.
Okay, so Mystic Sanctuary put a Force of Will on top of the deck, I think.
Try to put my land for the turn, so I will ship it back to you.
All right, ship it back. Jite not equipped. 2 charge counters on it.
Oh shit.
Go. Unfortunately.
Was the Force of Will in exile? I'm not sure which piles were where.
And then next thing I'll do is equip the G change into Thalia.
In response, I will plow the Thalia.
Okay. So that puts me to 25. Pass to you.
Ole says, I have your stream and an old video up on each screen. Can't tell which commentary is which. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Go to combat.
Does the same commentary match every game?
So I'll go up to 22. I'll draw a card. I'll put Flooded Strain into play. Any blocks?
No.
Okay, so
Earl will get in for some damage. Clint goes down to 19. Omar has plenty of cards in hand. Twitch chat pointing out there maybe was a Force of Will taken from exile put on top of the deck. If that's true, that's obviously incorrect. These errors happen. If you're watching this channel for long enough, you've seen enough errors on this channel that you're aware that mistakes get made. My advice is always to be on the lookout for your opponent making mistakes in these situations. I mean, what else can you really do besides try to pay extra attention? Attacking with Phyrexian Germ, equipped with College of Complete.
and then money.
Leyline Binding getting flashed in. Gonna hit the College of Complete.
And then pass to you.
Untap.
Ro continues to stick around.
I'll go ahead and besage you the Uzawa's GK.
In response, I'll gain 4 life.
So you're at 23? Yeah. All good. Throw. Thanks.
Okay. Channel Beseju knocks out Jitte. Another attack with Uro. I'm not sure what Clint can really find in this game that's going to break through this full grip of cards, double Beanstalk and Uro. There is a Urion in exile, but that's unlikely to even resolve. Never mind get to attack at some point. There's the possibility of ways to blow up some of these enchantments. But it's not looking very likely. All right, Thalia and Mother of Runes played in the same turn. Something. Here's Solitude.
ETB resolves. I'll target the Mother of Runes.
Makes sense to go after Mother of Runes. Summoning Sick.
Fetch. 24. Let's grab Meticulous Archive. Okay. And then I'll trigger.
All right, going to Surveil. Meticulous Archive is found with the Fetch. The Solitude presents an even larger clock. 9 power on the board now with Clint at 18. Clint has a first strike 2 power blocker for Solitude, but see if Thalia can be removed.
I'll play my land for the turn. Sorry, I have to pay 2 for this. I'll plow the Thalia. Yep.
And it is removed.
I'll have to pay 1. I'll also plow the Stoneforge.
Okay, storage for the Stoneforge as well. Then an attack for 9. Trigger Uro.
I'll decline to put a land into play and I'll go to 27. And then you'll take 9 down to 12.
Next game.
All right, we're going to game 2. Omar in complete control throughout that game, I would say.
You're at 13. Should be at 16. I took 3 last turn. Oh, that's right. 13.
Death and Taxes decks, I mean, you're obviously not running Force of Will. You don't have Gristlebrand, right? You're a bunch of creatures that don't have a home outside of this deck for the most part. Either via a key card in the deck. After side, all right, 1 card on the bottom for Clint. Omar is not on the play. Okay. After sideboard, you do bring in some stuff that could help in particular matchups. But for the most part, we're trying to use our creatures to shut down our opponent's game plan and then attack with the likes of Cauldron Complete, Flicker-Wisp. Got the turn 1 Vial. That's a good start. And now I have to start putting some threats on the board and play around board wipes. Okay, here's Leyline Binding.
Okay. ETB, I'll get rid of the
In response to trigger on the stack?
Yep. Other bits? That's fine.
Okay, manages to slip a Mother of Runes in before Vial gets exiled by Leyline Binding.
I'm gonna try it.
I'll respond. Yeah. Force pitch points. Okay. Got 18.
Force of Will on Thalia. All right. The control stuff continues. Vial and Thalia already accounted for. Mother Runes to stick around now. It no longer is Summoning Sick. We saw Dress Down last game to remove it. Life from the Loam that was, so took a Misty Rainforest out of the yard and put it onto the battlefield.
Yep. Thinking on it, Sim. I'll fetch 17. Meticulous Archive? Yep.
All right, we're going to surveil Meticulous Archive. Gives Omar a chance to check the top of the deck and see if we like it or not. Let's see. Mystic Sanctuary into the graveyard. Could potentially get it back with Loam later. We spotted Triumph of St. Catherine in game 1. I know Omar also has some number of 4th Ear Lingus. And then we also saw Solitude and, of course, Uro. Control decks in Legacy these days are a little bit more mid-range than in years past. But you still have Force of Will, Swords of Plowshares, Ponder Brainstorm, of course.
Like it's over a bunch of times.
Trump, go ahead.
Leyline Binding kind of replaced Prismatic Ending after Prismatic Ending was really hot for a while. Leyline Binding has definitely made its impact on Legacy.
Yeah, it's a ton. I'll waste the ball.
Okay, Wasteland knocks out Red.
Plains, go ahead.
Rishadan Port. I mean, it's not going to do anything really exciting here.
Trump tablets. Draw. 100 cards.
Yeah, Leyland Binding does have Flash. I can remove any permanent, no matter the size, or any non-land permanent. Here's Stoneforge Mystic. That could be a way to get offense back up and running. If it resolves, it resolves. We're going to search.
Grab a Lion Sash as soon as I can find it in this pile. Yeah, okay.
Okay, going for Lion Sash. Potentially that could be a way to stop Uro later, stop Life from the Loam, stop Mystic Sanctuary. Seems good.
Untap. Draw.
There's a possibility Cauldron Complete is already in hand. All right, there's Supreme Verdict. Can't counter it.
I'll then cast up to these 6 inch. Sounds good. Draw.
And now Omar has deployed up the Beanstalk, which puts the drawing extra cards through the rest of the game in effect. It's possible it could get removed by something like Skyclave Apparition or something. Lion Sash.
Not yet. Okay. Cast a Skyclave Apparition. Beanstalk? Yep.
Okay, Skyclave Apparition removes the Beanstalk. Would be a 2/2 illusion if and when this leaves the battlefield.
Three.
Just back.
Yep.
Okay.
Another Supreme Verdict. All right, that removes both creatures, and Omar will get an illusion. 2/2 illusion. There it is. Nicely done.
And then afterwards, I'll cast Ponder. Sounds good.
I was a little bit of a panic for a split second there that these players would not have the official illusion token, but it's all good, everybody. These people came prepared for the tournament. Pen, pad, tokens, deck, sleeves, all good. We're doing just fine.
For the turn?
Caracas could be a way to stop Uro later. Pre-war formal wear.
Go to me.
Okay.
Going for Stoneforge. What are we looking for this time? It's got to be Cauldron complete, right? I don't know what else.
Past you.
It's not going to be Umizawa's Jitsu.
Yeah.
It's pretty-
I used to be on Urion for this style of deck, and I just couldn't. I'll mention second form.
Oh, find another pre-war formal. Okay, well, I didn't consider that option, but that makes sense.
Untap. Sure. Play lands.
The Fallout set continues to impact Legacy in a big way.
I'll target the Stoneforge. And then what stats does he give it? Plus and plus. So you gain 3. Yep.
Yeah, it's not on MTGO. Yeah. What a shame.
What's his name?
And I'll swing for 2. Sounds good. Did you get 21? Go ahead.
All that. 6.
Mark says, I'm sure you've been asked this a bunch, but are there any MH3 cards you were looking forward to seeing in Legacy? We've talked about it a bit. MH3's been on our minds for the last couple of weeks, of course. I mean, more than anything, I'm looking forward to seeing almost what everybody else is going to be testing. I mean, the amount of weird brews and, there's going to be inclusions in decks that will catch people off guard. I think everybody's going to be like, okay, I know I could run into Vexing Bauble, but there may be some other kind of sleeper cards that people will discover and put to use, and I'm just looking forward to all of it. The next few months of Legacy are going to be a lot of fun, probably Modern as well, right? All right, Lion Sash getting activated here.
For the loan, and then you'll get 1 for that, so it'll be once a turn. No, sorry, 4. 4, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so Lion Sash gets hit by the Solitude. Pre-well formal wear, ×2 on the board, though. For myself, though, I mean, day 1, I'm going to be looking to get a copy of the Bajukabog Goblin. I don't remember what the card is called, but it's a Bajukabog ability on a 3-mana Goblin with a land on the back. Have you ever Goblin Matron for a land, chat? Swords on Solitude, pretty good.
So 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 4, 11, 12.
Goblin Matron find a land? I mean, this stuff is broken. Do they test these cards? That's a Field of Ruin.
Nothing producing red over there.
For those of you that don't have every version of every card memorized, I got you. Okay, we're firing off Field of Ruin. Going after a trap.
Just shuffle my library. Go past you.
Kind of sad to see these pre-war formal wears with nothing wearing it, but they're there. Urion can blink them later. Urion's still in the companion zone. No use of the ports, no buying of Urion. What is in hand for Clint here? Lorien revealed. Okay, whole bunch of cards for Omar.
It's gonna sound like a weird thing to say, but like, you know that dude Dave? What? You know that dude David?
Go ahead.
That like,
Okay, no plays from Clint. The I mean, even on end step there, you could just like port the fetches. I mean, it sounds really silly, but just force him to use the fetches on end step. I don't know. Recruiter of the Guard on the stack.
I mean, maybe I'm just like, maybe it's just like a weird thing. Like, thinking about it. Tundra. Ever since then, like, my decks just felt like really weird. Probably should
I had
have
myself at 17 for some reason, but
He was like, I had you at 20.
oh, okay. So then, yeah, I must have just missed some life gain triggers. Because on my notepad, it's at 17. Sorry, 15 after.
Okay, apparently the phone had incorrect life totals, but now it has been corrected to the life totals the players agree on. Recruiter of the Guard still on the stack here.
Still in the stack. Flash and door.
Ooh, Doorkeeper Thrall.
Features don't cause abilities.
Yeah, sure.
Usually, like, when I first started when you came back,
Then I'll just equip it with a formal wear, make it a 3/3 easily.
you kept, like, doing this.
Attaching the pre-war formal wear to the Recruiter that has no abilities. So no search with the Recruiter.
Like, days, like, you're
Well, it has abilities, but the ETB ability doesn't happen. All right, here's Uro. No ETB ability for Uro either.
Big 6/6 for now. And I'll pass.
like, I see you every week.
That includes the sacrifice ability. Wasteland knocked out Caracas earlier, so that's gone.
Cold.
Trigger's now 5/5? Sure.
Okay, Recruiter becomes a 5/5. Double pre-war formal wear on one Recruiter, but not big enough to stop Uro.
Play like a Ruby.
Born in the 3rd path?
Results.
Okay.
Okay, Lorna of the Third Path would have been a cool way to remove stuff like Leyline Binding, but no ETBs. Grafdigger's Cage, okay. Leyline Binding.
Target.
It's just creatures and artifacts?
Yeah. It's only artifacts and creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger.
Trash can.
Yeah, Doorkeeper Thrall does not stop Leyline Binding. Good on Clint to check that. So now Uro is ready to attack, it looks like.
So I'll gain 3 up to 16. Draw a card. So now 16. I will decline to put a land to play. Second main. Ponder.
Clint did go down to 16 after that attack. The phone just hasn't been updated yet. Here's up the Beanstalk.
Yep.
I've not played a lane yet this turn, I believe.
I'd be very good at this turn.
I'm not sure that's going to come out.
Huh?
I'll just press.
That bad? He was.
I built it up.
Tap 6.
Just basics. Attaching double pre-war formal wear. Attacking with Lauren of the Third Path. Leyline Binding. Trigger the beans.
I'll draw 1. Untap.
Lauren of the Third Path, plus Caracas would have been pretty neat if that all was available in this game. But Doorkeeper Thrall plus the removal of Caracas ruined the fun.
Oh, it's your turn.
Second
And then I would draw a card. It goes, oh wait, it's my turn. And then like just like things like that. And then
Beanstalk?
he just like.
Okay, another copy of Up the Beanstalk. Gonna draw some extra cards. Omar completely stable right now. There's no worries about what could come off the top of Clint's deck. All right, Clint scoops it up. That is the match. GG's. Omar in complete control throughout. Well done. GG's. 2-minute break. Don't go anywhere. Short intermission. All right, everybody, I am back. Welcome back to me. Thank you for waiting. Air conditioner is on, so you'll hear that for a little bit. We're going to set up another poll for Twitch chat to decide which match we will watch next. Which match next? Options will be... kind of lost my place. Oh, 4-color control. That would be Ryan versus Teamer Delver. That would be Matthew. Or on the other side of the room for round 4, we had Sultai Beans. That would be Ed versus Painter. It's a red-white Painter deck with Agatha's Soul Cauldron as well. 2 minutes to vote. Get your votes in. All right, there's a plug from Steven in the chat, SWB. Yeah, Yeah, Akaleth, a great person to talk to if you're looking for advice on how to play Death and Taxes. I'm not a super expert on the deck, but I have played Taxes adjacent lists before. It does get some. There's a lot you can do with the deck. You never really finished learning it. All right, votes are coming in. About a minute left, minute and a half. People will be trying to rig this poll. Get your votes in. Less than a minute. Reminder: if you're the folks that tune into our weekly live streams, no live stream this Wednesday. We usually stream on Wednesdays in the afternoon, my time. No stream this Wednesday, though. No stream this Wednesday. Just a reminder on that. Yeah. Yeah, the mail day channel of our Discord continues to blow up. So join the Discord if you're not in there, at least to just look at people's mail. It's exciting. All right, moments left to vote. Almost out of time. Let's see what people want to watch. It will be Sultai versus Painter. Let's do it. Shadow Raider contributed 800 channel points. Appreciate that. Let's set this up. Diving in. All right, on the left side of your screen is Ed with Sultai Beanstalk. And on the right is Steven with Painter. And turn one Painter.
That's good. Everything's blue.
Okay, naming blue. And I'll get life totals up for us. Turn one Ponder for Ed.
How'd you get here? It's easy.
Sure.
Ponder Shuffle. All right.
This game's really good against green.
Go ahead.
All right, I spotted a Witherbloom Command and a Mystic Sanctuary in hand for Ed. Those cards likely to be relevant at some point. If this game goes long, especially for Mystic Sanctuary. All right, Wasteland, first island is down, so Mystic Sanctuary will have to wait. Painter Servant attacking. Painter with Wasteland.
It's like very. It's very expensive. I like that. It's
Got wasted by a Painter player? Oh boy. This metagame, I tell you. Painter named blue. Everything is blue. Here's Urza's Saga. One of the all-time best Modern Horizons cards. Power level alone, I would say. And not just on power level alone. People like Urza Saga. Right? They like Do you people like Urza Saga or do you hate Urza Saga? I forgot.
That's what you're doing.
Okay, one person loves Saga.
So there's like a lot of red tape, I guess. I know that's like. It was slow.
17 for
I mean, and they're all very busy.
16. It was like.
You get delayed. This one is, I mean, there's houses. That's a long time. There's houses that they.
Urza Saga up and running. Play a mountain, pass to turn.
You know, they start.
Urza Saga was a great set? No. No. It had lots of mistakes by Wizards.
Some sort of situation where yeah, like the builder is just like.
Wasteland on the Urza Saga were responding by making a construct.
Yeah.
Stifle on the creation of a construct. Okay, pretty neat.
They're just sitting on it. They're holding it. Someone's paying for that. Yeah, someone's paid.
Maybe Steven holding a Power Blast.
Which is not cheap. For that okay.
And it gets a little confusing, especially when you're thinking so much about everything.
Okay, I'm at
16. Oh. I played the waste, so I'm just gonna tap it.
Okay, extra land drop corrected. Ponder is on the stack.
Sorry about
Ed caught himself and corrected the extra land drop. Ponder looks like double days in hand. We're in the range now of Steven having enough mana to cast Grindstone, then activate Grindstone, which is scary, of course. Ed continues to get hit by this Painter's Servant, which is chipping away.
That's good.
Alright, I'll need blue again.
Okay, another Painter on blue, and then a Goblin Walder. AP says, people who think Saga or the entirety of that block was great don't likely remember how bad Draft and Type 2 were at the time. Yeah, you know, these people don't know what they're talking about, AP. They have no idea. We know.
I'm gonna choose to kill the welder. We'll give him
I know better than you. Witherbloom Command, trying to kill Goblin Welder.
Yeah, that was very satisfying.
And we're going to protect that with Red Elemental Blast.
So you're at 13? I'm gonna cast a Daze. Returning.
Okay, we have days to protect this Witherbloom Command. Goblin Welder down. And now the mill, return a land ability, maybe meticulous, I guess it makes sense to go for Wasteland, yeah. I was going to say the Surveil land, Undercity Sewer, I think was in there.
Wasted the ancient tomb. No, that one I know I did not. I returned the land back. Yeah, the days.
Okay, cool.
And then I will pass to you.
All right, knocks out the Ancient Tomb with Wasteland. Double Painter Servant on the board, attacking away.
Then I played against Risky Emanator, Esper. Then I played against I think it was Death Shadow. It was like some tempo deck.
Did you beat Scamander?
Yeah.
Oh, you 3-0.
Players, real quick announcement. Does anyone have a snow-covered plains on them?
All right, Plateau knocked out by Wasteland, attacking again with the Painters.
Solid no. Thank you.
What about you?
Oh, you have a maybe.
Smart. Yes.
Okay, looks like Ed is actually down to 7. Missed a damage in there. Sorry, I'm keeping track as best as I can. Here's a ponder. That was an elegant parlor, the Surveil land on Steven's side. Power blast on the ponder. Is that a sloppy 9 on the notepad? Possibly. Yeah, I think you're right. Thank you, HG.
You wasted me last turn.
Last turn.
You played Wasteland and activated it. Yeah, you played that. Yeah, right?
So I played this turn.
Because what else did you do last turn? Yeah.
Okay. So I'll press 2. So.
Goblin Engineer. That could be pretty good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ed's holding a copy of Shieldred's Edict and Witherbloom Command. Neither of those really help the situation too much. Grindstone now into the graveyard. We're not sacking Goblin Engineer, most likely. There's a redundant painter. Both are on blue. Yeah, Steven continuing to make land drops has helped a lot. That's true.
So like you just had that was like 5 planes, 4 snow or whatever.
So, what we have is something called a Decklists problem. And because the collector has actually had to make a change, there is a game loss for Clint on this one. So you folks are going to start game 2. However, there's no side boarding game 2. And because Clint took the loss, Clint has played wrong for game 2. I will give you my vote.
Basic mountain retrieved by the Bloodstained Mire. Steven continuing to make the land drops, as Twitch chat pointed out.
So what you end up recording at the end of time is up to you, but on the record I have.
Enough mana now to bring back Grindstone, activate Grindstone. Question is, when do we do that?
Last turn? Okay.
It will be on Ed's upkeep. Very nicely played here, sacking the Great Furnace rather than a painter. Grindstone combo, that ends the game. Steven gets it. Going to game 2. All right, 1 card on the bottom for Ed. We are ready to go. Onion Lotus says, I really liked playing Painter. I mean, who doesn't like 8 Power Blast? Yeah. It is pretty neat that you get to do that. Sometimes just blowing up your opponent's lands. Ooh, okay, Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Haven't seen this card too many times on stream, but it is a relevant legacy card. from Wilds of Eldraine. Combos with Phyrexian Processor from way back in Alliances. Oh wait, not Phyrexian Processor. Damn it. Phyrexian something. Well, man. What is it called? Devourer. Thank you. Phyrexian Devourer. I just blanked on that. All right, so Phyrexian Devourer can give your creature the ability to exile a top card of your library. X will summon some counters equal to the card's mana value, which can be neat. Moving on. All right, that never happened. We're never forgetting that. We're forgetting that I forgot that card.
Your ponder.
I got this Soul Cauldron is a graveyard hate card, in a way. All right, Wasteland. Fire it off. Yeah, Painter is such a cool deck. Painter started to get really popular. Of course, Urza Saga was a huge addition to the deck, but timing-wise, Painter started to get really popular around the time that Initiative started getting really popular, approximately. And, all right, continuing to use the Soul Cauldron here to empty the graveyard. We know Murktides could be in the mix. But, I'm really glad Painter's more relevant in Legacy these days than in years past. Mad Timmy says Phyrexian Processor was a cube staple. Cube. Orcish Bowmaster, ping you.
Settle cheese there. Yep.
Sorry, I wasn't keeping the life totals up to date.
Yeah. I like it. I'm 15.
All right, there was a glimpse at a Murktide. SW in the chat says Phyrexian Processor was great in Urza's Standard. Yeah, Urza's Standard has been a big topic on today's stream and how great it was. Another mistake by Wizards, the Urza Saga set 28 years ago.
That's cool. All right. That's cool. Staples, huh?
There's the Elegant Parlor. We will surveil. Elegant Parlor. I want to go to an Elegant Parlor.
It looks so good.
Actually sounds kind of fun.
Yes.
Or a raucous theater. Nah, that might be too much. I like peace and quiet. Alright, more emptying of the graveyard. Soul Guy Lantern. Could make some fun plays with Agatha's Soul Cauldron as well, turning some of your creatures into welders or goblin engineers or whatever. It's a pretty neat card. Yeah. When's the last time? Who here has even been to a hedge maze once? It's not a really realistic land. I don't think that should have been a land card. It's not realistic. What's the lore of hedge maze anyway? Okay, one person has been to a hedge maze. A maze. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Like a welder.
Sure. That's fine. Should have pushed
Okay, fatal push on Goblin Boulder. As I pointed out moments ago, Agatha's Soul Cauldron can now give the welder ability to creatures with plus almost some counters on them. So we'll see if the Urza Saga makes a construct, then Soul Cauldron turns it into a welder. That kind of thing could happen. All right, making a construct now. Let's see what happens.
before we need to.
Finding truckloads of this full sealed set.
I always do. My dad will get back in
Where are you people that are going to frickin' corn mazes? Where is this happening? No corn mazes in NYC. I don't know anything about that stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. You can go to
Bowmaster. Take one.
Okay, Bowmaster down, gets blocked by a construct. Interesting.
There's at one point a guy down to like
Here she comes.
but like you can get a free
Murktide Regent. This card is good. 5/5.
Sign my Goblin Welder.
Alright, exiling the Goblin Welder. Construct will become a Goblin Welder, I guess. I'm not leaving the city. I'm staying here. I'm not going. I don't want to go to a corn maze. I'm staying here. It's too many bugs.
also been fulfilling.
Sewer crocodiles. What? Okay, here's Chaos Defiler, one of the big cards from Warhammer 40k. And it will be choosing Murktide Regent.
Destroyed.
Kidding aside, I like getting out of the city for a day. Or a weekend, whatever. Up the beanstalk. This Chaos Defiler is going to be a quick clock. Alright, now exiling the yard. So Ed's yard is completely empty. There was a Murktide in hand, but no graveyard to use to delve. Gave a Summelsong counter to Chaos Defiler, which now also has the Goblin Welder ability. Goblin Welder is kind of imprinted on the Sagatha's Soul Cauldron, I guess.
Take 6.
I believe that puts Ed at 13, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Defiler is an artifact, which can be interesting. It has a dies trigger. Goblin Engineer is bad news for Ed. Thinking about forcing it, pitching Murktide.
Draw off the Kingston.
Got a Beanstalk trigger, that's something. Okay, the Force of Will is still in the stack. If Steven's going to fire back, should probably do that before Beanstalk resolves, but successful counter on the Force of Will. Goblin Engineer trigger will happen.
With that still on the stack, taking another one. I'll edict on non-token creature.
Okay, with Goblin Engineer on the stack, we're going to Shieldred's Edict. Non-token creature can activate Construct Welder in response. We're just going to let it die and target up the Beanstalk. I like that. Problem now is that we can start bringing back the Defiler over and over again, and Crucible of Worlds now in the graveyard. Oh man. Ouch.
Turn the lantern into the crucible.
Okay, it's swapping Soul Guy Lantern and Crucible of Worlds. Urza's Saga gets played. Pass the turn.
Beanstalk is like people that want to play this kind of
Alright, a Murktide manages to get in. 5/5 Murktide. I don't think Steven's too worried about it, though. We do have the Welder stuff going on, and the Chaos Defiler is in the graveyard.
No, there are no creatures on that exit. This is my window
Okay, land for turn, knocks out Underground Sea. Okay, activating the Construct using Goblin Welder ability, brings in Chaos Defiler, blows up Murktide. This is getting mean now. Goblin Engineer is available. Urza Saga is ticked up to 2. More constructs means more welders in a way. Now Spellbomb complicates things.
I'm at 11. One card in hand.
One card in hand for Ed, thinking about responding to Nile Spellbomb.
pay the 1 to draw a card. It's a great trick for me right now.
Okay, fires off the Nile spell bomb, draws a card.
But you're drawn high. That's good. That's good.
Okay, it appears that Ed has conceded the match. Steven set up a pretty much unwinnable board there with the Agatha Soul Cauldron and Crucible of Worlds. GG's, well played. GG's. Yeah, Boros Painter. Wow. All right, we are out of time for today. We will be back again live tomorrow. Keep an eye on the Discord for streaming schedule. No stream on Wednesday. Stick around for the raid. You'll get some channel points. Use them on the next stream. We'll be continuing the recap tomorrow. Stick around for the raid. Peace out, everybody.